Dan Willis here, and we're talking about some credit repair scams, specifically some of the credit repair companies that you can work with and some warning signals. So a couple of the warning signals just right off the top is anybody offering you a new credit file overnight, someone or a company that either one isn't a law firm or two doesn't have an attorney on staff. The reason you need an attorney on staff is not because you want them. You really won't need an attorney to actually look at your case file most often. There's a few rare exemptions. But generally, if there's an attorney that works there or that's on staff, they have to stay compliant with the bar in order to stay a licensed practicing attorney. So this is just one more thing you can check. Hey, do you have attorneys here or attorneys that are on staff? That's a really good thing to have and to use, especially because these guys should be keeping up with all the latest legislation with credit repairs. These things seem to be passing new laws on a regular basis. The next thing is having a fake social security number, and this is often encouraged to get an IRS TIN or a taxpayer identification number, but it's essentially a way to pull the covers over your head and try to appear as a different human being. That's not legitimate. Another big warning sign is somebody offering you guaranteed results. That's a big, big, big warning sign. And often, as you search for different companies, you'll find many of them will say they are CROA compliant, Credit Repair Organizations Act compliant. This is a federal law passed by Congress that governs what the credit repair firms can and cannot do. And generally, for most people, just like most people won't need an actual attorney to do their work, the way it usually works is a paralegal will do most of your work with legitimate credit repair firms, but they are usually going to be using two weapons to fix your credit report. And they use the FCRA, Fair Credit Reporting Act, and this is what gives you the right. You can dispute and challenge any item on any of your three credit reports. That's one of the best ways to improve your credit scores, by removing the negative information from your credit reports. And remember, you have three credit reports, one with Experian, one with Equifax, one with TransUnion. And then the other weapon that is really useful is the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. You've probably also heard this called the FDCPA. And what this does, this is a really good tool to battle collections and debtors and collection agencies that are contacting you for payment. It really sets a time limit for how long you're responsible for it. It also gives you the ability to basically say, hey, collection agency, you first prove this debt's mine, and then we can talk. And most collection agencies cannot prove that a debt is any consumer's for a variety of reasons, mostly because consumers don't know that they can ask for that. And then another reason, they don't need to keep the paperwork because a lot of people don't ask for that. So before you ever pay a debt, always get it validated. And remember, you never have to pay the full amount. And then the second thing is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. You can dispute any item on your credit report. So let us sum this up. A good, legitimate credit repair firm is going to offer you a refund, and they're going to offer you a reasonable bill, such as a monthly payment, and then there's probably a first work fee of about $100. Never pay an hourly fee. Never, never, never pay an hourly fee. Credit repair bill is not an arm and a leg. So warning signs are a new credit file overnight, a fake social security number, a TIN, taxpayer identification number, any sort of guaranteed results. Them not having credit attorneys on staff is usually a warning sign. And then a couple of signs of legitimate ones, they're going to tell you that they are CROA, Credit Repair Organizations Act compliant. They will have attorneys, often more than one on staff. They'll probably point to some of their old clients to share their experience, and then they're going to work under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, and the FDCPA, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, to clean up your credit report and settle any outstanding debts. And then you're going to have to do some things to build some credit, like paying your bills and paying your credit cards, which I'm sure you're already doing. These negative items, though, will really tank a credit score very easily. So as long as you're paying your bills, a credit repair firm with reasonable rates can really get you in a much better situation, especially if you're paying the ungodly expensive bad credit. But avoid these credit repair scams. Avoid anything that sounds too good to be true. You will be offered a refund if you're not happy with what's happening, and low monthly fees. And if you want to know some more, we've got a link to an article in the description below. We're also giving a free report away, these 7 super simple steps to clean your credit, at our website, yourbadcreditcard.net. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please have a fantastic afternoon. Please check out the article and the link with a link in the description below at our website. And looking forward to talking to you again soon.